friends, it's me Alyssa and we're watching Live and Local. I'm here with artist on the rise, Damez. This man is an Atlanta native. He's got it going on, been featured in a ton of different outlets. We're talking our sister station, WAOK. He's been featured on Rolling Out and so much more. I'm excited to have him here today. He's got a brand new project coming out in a couple weeks towards the end of summer. But how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm well. I've got to first and foremost ask, can you tell us a little bit about who you are, what makes Damez Damez, and what was your draw to music?
So, I'm Damez. I am singer, rapper, dancer, choreographer, creative director, editor. You name it, I probably do it or have dabbled in it. Music has just always been my passion since I was a little boy. I can just, from when I remember growing up with all brothers, all my brothers had our niches, and like, you know, my oldest brother was into like video games, and Ryan, who I lost when I was 17, he was into sports a lot, and I was always with my boombox and my albums and my CDs, and so music just always has kind of been my passion. And growing up, I just life kind of directed me to really, you know, take it a lot more serious. And when I was in college, I lost my brother before I graduated high school, and so when I was in college, I decided to really take, you know, my music dreams and passion seriously, and it's just been, you know, it's just been going ever since.
Incredible. Now, you mentioned you're a rapper, you're a singer, you're a dancer, choreographer. You've got this incredibly creative talents in mind.
Thank you.
What other talents are you hiding from us? What have you not told your fans you're talented at? Can you make a castle of cards? Can you make beautiful pottery? Like, what else do you do?
I am just, I don't know. I mean, I like to consider myself a jack of all trades. You know, I'm just a creative like being, and just my spirit. You know, everything. I just create. I just love to create. You know, when I was young, I used to instead of like going and like buying my parents like cards for their birthday, I would like, you know, draw my own, and like, you know, I just always had my own way. Today, in modern day, you know, on the computer, I'm like always doing like graphic design. I'm like editing all my content, my music videos, and my docu-series. I'm editing that, producing that, and so I'm just trying to, you know, just be as creative as I can.
Absolutely, absolutely. What would you say is your favorite form or favorite art medium if you couldn't have music?
Great question. If I couldn't have music, probably video. I think just video, like film, like whether it was TV or documentary or some type of video. I think it's just so cool to have something to look back at that's like, that serves as like a moment in time, you know, like a time capsule, which is why I'm always like documenting like my journey and my docu-series. And I think video is just like incredible. I love watching like old, like historic clips, and like, you know, being able to kind of like really take yourself back into that time period. I think it's pretty dope.
Absolutely. I feel like I myself have really gotten into why it's so important to capture these moments, even on a personal, like looking back at old memories or an old vacation. Pictures are great, but it's like hearing a voice or hearing a laugh or hearing a song. It's just, it really brings you back to that, like a simpler time, or makes you feel something.
Exactly.
Since we're on nostalgia vibes, I have to ask, if you didn't know already, Star 94 is Atlanta's #1 throwback station. Mm-hmm. We are the rhythm of Atlanta, so I have to ask, who are some of your favorite throwback artists who inspire you today?
It's one of my favorite throwback artists. That's a great question. I would say my favorites throwback would definitely be like Prince, Michael Jackson. I just grew up listening to them, you know, The Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire, so many different talented acts. I mean, like from Whitney to Stevie Wonder to a lot of the Motown acts, Smokey Robinson. I'm really inspired by the Motown acts from the 60s, and when it comes to Atlanta, specifically, Outkast has been a great inspiration. I grew up on T.I. and Ludacris, and you know, that whole era of music in Atlanta. So yeah.
How do you feel you incorporate some of these throwback artists into your work?
I try to just, I've been studying music my whole life, and so like I have so many different like my musical taste is so broad and eclectic. So I just try to like, it usually happens subconsciously. It's not really something that I like intentionally try to like, oh, let me try to emulate this, emulate that. I just, it's just I'm just kind of like this melting pot of all my different like inspirations, and it's not just hip hop. I have inspirations and tastes and other genres too, and so it all kind of just comes together like on its own whenever I'm creating the music, and then it just kind of like becomes this like Damez.
Absolutely. You've had a couple singles drop already, and you've got a big summer album coming out. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
What's been your favorite single that's come out so far, and what can we expect with the album?
So the album is coming soon. It's called Hell Now, Heaven Later. I'm really excited about it. I've been working on it for about 3 years now, and definitely since before COVID, and during COVID, after COVID. So I put 2 singles out. One was Agenda. I put that out last August, and then I put out Contrary to Norm in April. And they're very different records. Like Agenda is, a boom bap type of record, and it's talking about, addressing homophobia in the hip hop community. And I shot the video in the barbershop that I grew up in, and that was, me trying to just say like, hey, like I'm here and I'm not going nowhere, and there's room for all of us. And then you have Contrary to Norm, which was a really like vulnerable personal record that I put out in April. That was I wanted to highlight and salute my father, and it just talks about how I was raised and how I came up. And I think that the album, like the singles, it really gives you more of an insight of who I am as an artist, as a person. My last 2 records were a lot more turned up and like lively, and there's some of that too here, of course. Like I'm always gonna have something that the listeners want to listen to, but I'm really excited because it's really vulnerable and it's really personal, and I feel like it's just the time for me to express what's been going on in my life, and people been going through stuff too, so people can relate to it. But yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Absolutely. You did touch on one of your singles really addressing homophobia and how you've used portions of your life personally to visualize that. Can we talk a little bit about how you are a man in the LGBT world plus a man in hip hop? Let's talk about that, because traditionally, or I don't know if that's the right word, but hip hop has been very straight male and very one picture, one type of man. What is it like navigating this world as an LGBTQ man?
It's definitely not easy. I always say, I never try to look at it as like, I never try to look at it as an obstacle, because I feel like, if the opportunity is for me, then it's for me, and nobody can stop what God has in store for you. So, but on the other note, it has its challenges, and the politics that comes along with it. A lot of people won't give you a chance or the time of day, or won't listen to your music or whatever. But you have to just. I had to decide a long time ago when I first decided that I wanted to do this, and to do it authentically, because there's no other way that I could do it or I could see myself doing it without being my authentic self. And so I had to tell myself a long time ago, like, if you're gonna do this, you have to understand, like, this is the way the world is, this is the way society is. Nothing that you don't know already, right? But to apply that to this passion and this dream, you need to know, like, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all, and it really just kind of just shows how bad do you really want it, because all the challenges and the homophobia and the politics of it can make anybody just say, all right, you know what? But I love it too much, and music is my passion, and I feel like I feel like it's bigger than me now. You know what I mean? I feel like I have a purpose, and so I'm just working to fulfill it.
Incredible. I have to ask a couple more questions before we wrap it up now, and that is, first and foremost, what's next? You've got the album coming out. What can we expect to see from you after that?
So the album's coming out soon. I'm gonna have some new singles, some new visuals. The docuseries, the Go Hard docuseries, is ongoing, so expect more episodes from that. And I have like at least 2 more projects or albums that I have like kind of like holding on that I'm probably gonna put out after this one. So it's just gonna be a lot of new music coming out from me soon. I've been working really hard. I've been in the studio. I was in the studio all last year. I have like so many songs just ready to go. So new music, new content, new visuals, new inspiration, and yeah, more life.
Awesome, awesome. And last but not least, Dames, how can people stay in touch with you, find out about your story, listen to your music? I saw that little wink there. I saw that being a sly guy.
You saw it.
How can people stay in touch with you?
So you can follow me everywhere on Damez. It's Damez on all socials, all the DSPs, all the streaming services, wherever you listen to your music, you can find me there. Make sure you check out my Go Hard docu-series on YouTube. And my website, damezmusic.com, where you can find pretty much everything. And yeah, make sure y'all stay tapped in.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Live and Local in Atlanta. I'm your girl, Alyssa D. If you want to follow me across all socials, it's at itsme_Alyssa D. And of course, make sure you download the free Audacy app to stay locked into personal and awesome conversations just like this one. And don't forget to follow Star 94 across all social media at Star 94 Atlanta. I'll see you guys next time.